This is about the survival of the human race, a sign of the times, an analysis, and a commentary. Newtown Report. A massive new report from the Connecticut State Police, released online, reveals new details about the December 14th, 2012 mass shooting that took 26 lives at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. The 11,000-plus page report includes investigative files, 911 call transcripts, crime scene reports, and thousands of photos. Among them, images of the aftermath of the shooting that show weapons, bloodstains, and bullet-riddled hallways, and the clothes shooter Adam Lanza wore. The report also includes dashcam video from police officers speeding to the scene, nearly 3 hours of audio files, and more than 4 hours of heavily redacted video shot by investigators inside the school and the Lanza home. State law prevents the release of crime scene photos that show the bodies of the victims. The report quotes an unnamed witness who says that Lanza may have targeted the nearby school because his mother, Nancy, had once worked there. The report makes no conclusions about a possible motive. A summary report released in November said that Lanza had no clear motive, but was obsessed with school shootings, particularly the Columbine Massacre of 1999, and planned both the Sandy Hook rampage and the taking of his own life. Lanza, 20, shot and killed his mother at the home they shared, and then drove to the nearby elementary school, where he murdered 20 children and 6 staffers with a Bushmaster rifle. The release of the full police report, according to the state's Department of Emergency Public Services and Protection, is indicative that this state police criminal investigation is concluded. The release comes more than a month after the Danbury State's Attorney's Office published a long-awaited summary report based on the state police investigation. The original 48-page summary report said that there was no clear indication why Lanza chose Sandy Hook for the shooting, other than that it was close to his home. The report said Lanza had a strained relationship with his mother, Nancy, telling a witness he would not feel bad if something happened to her. Investigators said Lanza had a spreadsheet that listed famous mass killings and had posted on an internet blog that focused on mass shootings, and in particular, the Columbine shootings. The report's appendix noted that a computer hard drive included a computer game called School Shooting, in which the player controls a character who enters a school and shoots students. And there's something really wrong with that picture. There should not even be a game called School Shooting. Lanza, whose bedroom windows were covered with trash bags, had also downloaded videos about the Columbine shooters, surveillance footage of a Cleveland school shooting, and video of a mall shooting. At age 10, according to the report, Lanza helped write a book that includes characters who kill children, carry bags full of guns, and say they enjoy hurting people, especially children. The Big Book of Granny was apparently written as part of a 5th grade class assignment. And again, there's something also wrong with that picture. There should not be any 5th grade class assignments such as that. Police, according to the report, arrived at the school within minutes of the first shots being fired. They went into the school to save those inside with the knowledge that someone might be waiting to take their lives. According to the report, Lanza refused to take suggested medication and didn't engage in recommended behavior therapy. Investigators found no medication in his system that would affect his behavior. Lanza's mother, Nancy, consistently described him as unable to make eye contact, was sensitive to light, and didn't like to be touched. She said there were marked changes in his behavior around the 7th grade when he became more withdrawn. Nancy Lanza took care of all the shooter's needs, according to the report. In November 2012, just a month before the shooting, Nancy was concerned about Adam because he hadn't gone anywhere in 3 months, said the report, and would only communicate with her by email, though they were living in the same house. And there's something wrong with this picture too. How could someone live in the same house and communicate with each other only by email? Also, Nancy Lanza wanted to buy the shooter a new pistol for Christmas, according to the report, and had prepared a check for that purpose to give the shooter. In other words, there was something also wrong with the mother. Somehow it seems she's also responsible for this mass shooting, and our society would also be partly to blame, so it seems. How could so many red flags be missed? The long-awaited summary of the second deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history omitted much information from the investigative file, including transcripts of 911 calls, some witness statements from children, and most crime scene photos, and other evidence from the state's investigation may never be made available to the public. So again, there was something very wrong with this whole picture. And this too is another sign of the end of times as we know them, transition days, which is a time of extraordinary happenings, changes, and events, because it really is about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations, and that should be a very important question to ask. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works. In the cup which she has filled, fill to her double. 7. How much she has glorified herself, and lived luxuriously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she says in her heart, I stand as a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judges her. 9. And the leaders of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, like Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's time for the spiritual and physical manifestation of the book of Revelation, and all these are more signs.